I know what it feels like to be stuck, to be trapped by fear, limited by self-doubt, and overwhelmed by life uncertainties. But I also know that transformation is possible because I made it. My mission is to help leaders, traders, and high achievers to break free from their own limitations, reprogram their mindsets, and step into a life of clarity, success, and fulfillment. This video is about my mission and my life story in the shortest possible way. From young age, I knew that I wanted more, not just for myself, but for others as well. I dreamed of achieving something that most people considered impossible, making an impact, breaking barriers, and helping other people to chase their dreams and support them to unlock their true potential. But the path to where I am today was anything but smooth. I didn't grow up with the freedom that I have now. I really had to fight for it. When I was a child, my first dream was to become a singer and a dancer. So I went to a competition, and even though my mother was against it, my father supported me and he wanted me to record songs. But at the end, my mom won, and I turned my focus towards studying. I was always an excellent student, curious, self-driven, and deeply interested in psychology and science, and business as well. My mom wanted me to pursue medicine, while my father was an entrepreneur running his own business, and he always said, I just want you to be happy, so just go for whatever makes you happy. I was fascinated by both worlds. I love science and understanding how things worked, but I also admired the freedom and independence that my father had, never answering to a boss, structuring his own time, and negotiating deals with clients. I used to offer coffee and water to his clients just to be around and to listen and absorb everything that they were discussing. I always found it so fascinating. But then life tested me in ways that I never expected. When I was still in elementary school, my older sister developed clinical depression. It deeply affected my family, shifted my perspective on life, and made me dive into psychology in order to understand what was happening and how I could help. At the same time, I was fighting to get a tuition in the best private high school in my country. The tuition was quite high, and my father was hesitant, but I really wanted to enter in this school, and I managed to get a scholarship through an academic competition. This became a pattern in my life. Whenever I was given a choice, I picked the harder path, knowing that short-term struggle would lead to long-term growth. I could have gone to a regular high school in my hometown, but I chose to study harder, push my limits, and go after the best possibilities. When the time came to choose university, I was hesitant between psychology and medicine. My love for psychology was undeniable, but after everything that I had gone through with my sister, I felt mentally exhausted. I feared that working as a psychologist would force me to relive those painful experiences every single day. So I applied for medicine instead, landing a spot in one of the best medical universities in Europe. I moved to Sweden alone, working as an au pair to cover my living costs while learning the language. I was broke. I had no money to pay a rent. So during this time, I could firsthand see what the career of medicine looked like. The mother in the family was a doctor, and I saw how exhausted and absent she was from her family. It made me realize that I didn't just want a successful career, I wanted a life that is filled with freedom, energy, and time for the people that I love. Even though I got accepted into medical school, I backed out at the last moment and switched to biotech engineering, which I hated. I didn't drop out because I didn't want to disappoint my parents, but earning that degree brought me no joy at all. When you pursue something that doesn't align with your passion, it really drains you. I was juggling university, multiple part-time jobs, and struggling mentally, and also started my coaching business back then. This period led me to self-help books and coaching programs that completely transformed my mindset. I followed a Swedish mental coach called Johannes Hansen, whose work helped me to regain my motivation and rethink my life. Inspired by him, I took on the certification that was needed to launch a coaching business, and that's how it all started. It didn't last long, unfortunately. Between studies, work, and the high taxes in Sweden, I couldn't sustain it. But the seed had been planted back then. Helping people to unlock their potential was something that I was meant to do. Then COVID changed everything. Lectures moved online, I lost one of my jobs, and for the first time, I had the flexibility to explore something new. That's when I was introduced to trading. I fell in love with it immediately, not just for the financial freedom that it could provide, but for the mental and emotional discipline that it required. Trading was not just about strategy, it was about mastering your mind. I studied relentlessly, diving into every single strategy out there, from price action to market structure, SNC, ICT to Bollinger Bands, RSI divergence, MACD divergence, and combined with other confluences. And I even studied the Ichimoku plots. I spent money on a bunch of courses, mentors, absorbing everything like I was back in university. Once I noticed that trading will push me to face my fears and resolve all my inner issues that I had, I fell in love with it even more. I knew that if I don't overcome that, I wouldn't be successful. Many people might say, why did you need that many strategies? Well, I didn't know that you didn't have to know all the strategies, but I wouldn't say that it was a waste of time. When I got my first job in the prop industry, I realized how valuable my knowledge was. Working with one of the biggest and most reputable firms at that time, I did more than 120 interviews with the top traders, studied what separated the best ones from the rest, and consulted more than 40 prop firms, analyzed their data, understood trader and business struggles, and the best part about it was the connections that I made. I connected with the best people in the industry. One of the most inspiring stories came from a Dutch trader who had been in a wheelchair after a really horrible car accident. Doctors had said that he would never walk again, but through a relentless mental reprogramming, discipline, and self-belief, he not only regained his ability to walk, but even returned to the gym. His story, along with many others, deepened my understanding of mindset mastery, neuroscience, and the power of subconscious reprogramming. And they gave me guidelines where to dig deeper. The biggest lesson that I took from talking to so many successful traders was detachment. The best traders weren't emotionally attached to outcomes. Fear, self-sabotage, and hesitation killed more careers than bad strategies. I knew then that mindset mastery was the real key to success, not just in trading, but in every area of life. Even though I had discovered my passion, I was pushing myself too hard. I was overworking, battling constant anxiety attacks, and experiencing severe burnout. Therapy helped, but the real, lasting transformation came from holistic healing. I traveled to Asia, went to different retreats and holistic therapies that reprogrammed my subconscious mind completely. The most life-changing moment happened during an art therapy session focused on inner child healing, which happened 13th of April 2024. From that day on, everything shifted. Now, as I'm recording this video in February 2025, I've been completely free from anxiety for whole 8 months, living a life that feels like pure alignment. I'm so happy, fulfilled, and really high on life. I'm attracting the right people and the right opportunities, and I really look forward to helping others to do the same. So whether you're looking to master your emotions, level up in trading, or build a life that excites you daily, I'm here to help you to do so. The next level starts within. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to join you in your transformational journey, and make sure to check the link in the description. Subscribe to my newsletter in order to get lots of free resources and updates about the webinars that I'm going to be holding. Thank you so much for watching once again. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.